What's going on, you guys? My name is Tom from Planted Aquaria, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a full store tour, all of our livestock, all of our plants, and some of our products. This Friday we're going to be launching our site for local pickup. You can place your orders online and come pick it up in store, and some products we're going to be able to ship out. In the meantime, we're not going to be able to ship out livestock or any plants. We are working on that for the future, but we want to take it slow for the beginning and, learn everything as we go before we decide to actually start shipping livestock and plants. And before we get started, I just want to say welcome to all the new subscribers that joined the channel recently. I recently made a post in some of the Facebook groups. I'm assuming that's where some of you guys are coming from. A lot of you guys that are new are local as well, so I'll be seeing some of you in store, hopefully after Doug Ford announces, when we're allowed to shop indoors again. But without further ado, let's head on with the tour. All right, so I know some people have been asking me if we're going to be carrying any aquariums. Yes, we're going to be carrying UN system, which is, I believe, Ultim Nature System Aquariums. They create our rimless aquarium tanks that we're going to be selling. We do have ADA products coming to the store, but ADA takes a while since they're coming from Japan, and we're not expecting any shipments until a couple months from now. So we have a couple regulars, we have shallows and longs, and we have cube tanks as well. And we got a lot more down here as well. So these won't be available for shipping, but you could place your order online, pay for it online, and come pick it up in store during our hours, which will be 11 to 8. Every day, by the way. Moving on, we have some lights. I think I talked about it in my last video, so I'm not gonna go through too much of them. We have Chihiro's lighting for majority of our plant lights. We don't have any lower end lightings. I've been trying my best to find some cheaper end lightings, but it's just not possible right now. At the same time, I brought in ONF, if that's how you pronounce it, ONF. We have currently their Flat Nano Plus. It's the only product we carry from ONF right now, and we're looking to bring in more in the future. Down here we have all of our gravels, sands, and substrates and all like that. I shouldn't say all the substrates, more just gravel and sand. The substrates are actually over here. So we have fluvostratum, tropical soil, and over here we have aquarial needle soil, which is the ones we recommend here in the store. These are all of our potted plants at the moment. We are bringing them all in from Tropica. We tried bringing potted plants in from other companies, but turns out they weren't potted. So it's gonna be difficult for us to find ways to sell them to customers without tags and all that stuff. But we're working on it. We wanna be able to bring in cheaper cryptocoreans and nubius, since those are more common and easy plants that people tend to lean towards. Check this plant out. I have a little bit of trouble naming some of the plant names, but Limnophila sessiflora. This is a really easy plant, and I brought them in because I use them personally in my tank. Show you guys real quick. So I planted a few back there in my 90 gallon for the store tank. To update you guys, I also added CO2, planted some Bacopa carolinianas, and yeah, I think the store display is looking much better than a month ago. I was fighting algae, did lots of water changes. I stopped pumping nutritional fertilizers because that was causing some of the algae. And you can see here that the hair grass isn't looking the best. But again, these are known to grow extremely slow, so I don't expect all of these guys to fill up an actual carpet until a couple months from now. And if you guys are interested in ordering this entire all-in-one sump system, we have prices here. Unfortunately, we don't have them in stock, but you can place custom orders in store or give me a call, and you can pay for it first, and I believe it should come in the next week. And also you're gonna have to find a way to bring it home because we can't ship something that big. Moving on, by the way, we also have some all-in-one kits along the top and some Fluvoflex kits over there as well. Oh, and if you guys haven't seen our updated lights here as well, I don't think I mentioned them in my last video. We're using the same hanging ceiling lights as we are for the 90 gallon display. These are Chihiro Vivid 2s, and we want to make the Cascade look a little bit clean without having any lights stick to the rims of the tanks itself. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. All I have to do left is install the inline diffuser. I'm gonna do that once we do a water change for the Cascade. Currently I just have the old-fashioned way with the bazooka, and the bazooka is basically another type of CO2 diffuser. the ones that I usually recommend, because the glass ones tend to break, while these ones last much longer and they don't gunk up as quick. And you can see all the tiny little bubbles as well. Alright, we also, if you guys have been following the channel, we got the fridge in, I believe 2 videos ago, I'm not sure, but we stocked them full of Tropica plants. All of our Tropica 1-2 grows we priced the same at $11.99 Canadian. Again, these won't be able to be shipped. You can place them online and come pick it up local during our store hours. Same thing goes with a Turbo Start. These guys need to be refrigerated, so therefore we cannot ship them at the moment since we do not have the packaging to do so. But yeah, I want to talk about these guys more on the channel later on. I used them for our aquarium racks downstairs and all of our display tanks in the store. Basically, you can instant cycle your aquarium. These guys have live nitrifying bacteria in a bottle, and the reason why you need to refrigerate it is to keep it alive, right? And yeah, I believe 1 ounce bottle treats up to 50 gallons, so pretty worth it in my opinion. Great for beginner aquarists who don't really know how to cycle their tanks, but I still recommend people learn how to cycle your tanks for the first time, because if you use this and in the future you're not going to get your hands on Turbo Start anymore, how are you going to cycle your tank without knowing, right? Those guys are priced at $19.99 and $36.99 for the small bottle and the big bottle. Another product I want to talk about is Fritz. We brought in lots of Fritz Complete and Fritzyme Ammonia, just in general Fritzyme products. We know that Seachem is one of the big boys in the game, and a lot of people in our province or city maybe tends to lean towards Prime a lot. And we've had good experience, really good experience actually, with Fritz. Oh, great. Just dropping stuff all over the place. And yes, I am in sandals because it's like 30 degrees outside in Toronto. Amazing weather, and we're still under a lockdown. We also have pre-filled CO2 cylinders for our customers who want to get into the CO2 game. We don't refill the CO2s. We only sell them here. We basically buy and resale from a company called Soda Mystic, and these are the guys we recommend you go after to refill your tanks as well. We might come up with something where you can come and trade in your cylinder, your old one for a new one, but we haven't figured that out yet, and we don't want people getting broken cylinders, or not broken but really messed up cylinders. We want people to keep their own cylinder because these ones are brand new, and if you go to places where they trade you might get a busted up, rusted looking cylinder, right? So if you buy from us, make sure you go to Soda Mystic to refill all your CO2. Just gonna quickly talk about all of our small merchandise, our filters, and all of our accessories. I'm not gonna go through all of them because that's just way too many. Again, May 21st, you guys, our site will be open and you can browse around. All of these things will be on our website. I tried to spend the last week really organizing our website and store just for us. Since we're not going to be open for 2 weeks, we still want to be organized and find what we're looking for when you guys place your order. So yeah, CO2 art, we have Aquaria, we have fluval food, extreme aquatic foods. Again, more Aquaria soil. These are ones I recommended earlier. We finally got in some freeze-dried bloodworms, brine shrimp, daphnia, and tubifex. We also have Omega 1 for those of you guys who prefer that brand. Brought in some heaters. For heaters, I usually recommend Eheim, and that's ones I've seen in groups that people recommend often. They're the most reliable in my opinion, but if you ask me, all the heaters do the same job. Got Gravel Vax, and then we have oxygen accessories. Now, for the one thing you guys been waiting for the most is the livestock downstairs. Hi, My-Tran. Do you have a favorite fish you want to talk about before we jump into showing our customers all of the fishes?
That's really hard because I have so many favorite fish.
All right, well, just pick 1 or 2 and we can move on with the video.
I really like the runny nose Tetra, and that's why I'm gonna put them in the 30-gallon upstairs for display.
Yeah, I really like them too. When we brought them in before, do you remember what they looked like?
They look like ghosts.
They didn't even have like the red noses or the white stripes.
No, I think they were too stressed out in the shipping package.
Yeah.
But now they turned out so pretty.
One more fish. It doesn't have to be in this corner.
Guppies.
Guppies, that's right.
All live bear fish.
So if you guys haven't been following the channel before, we have breeding racks at home, and My-Tran, my wife, has been breeding guppies. We are going to be selling some of the guppies in here, but at the moment we don't have enough, so we had to order in a bunch of guppies, and we're going to show you guys those guys now.
So here at the store, the females separate from the males so that they're not pregnant by the time you take them home in case you don't want to breed them. So all the females here are not pregnant, but they're ready if you want to start breeding them. Then you can get them with a pair, and Tom will show you the other male options that we have that you can breed them with.
So I made price tags for every single fish. And those were the female guppies you saw earlier, the show females to be specific, and then we have the show males. Again, what My-Tran said, we have customers that are interested in breeding guppies. You can buy one of each. Actually, I do recommend you get 2 females to 1 males, or else the males will bug the female so much that, you know, the female might get diseases or die, so that's not ideal. So yeah, keep to that ratio. 2 females to 1 male. Remember that, guys. Okay, again, so I want to talk about a little bit more about the tags that I made. A lot of stores you go to, especially in my area, they end up writing on the tanks with like a Sharpie or whatever, right? And it looks a little bit unprofessional in my opinion. So what I decided to do, it's a lot of work and I'm willing to do it, but every time we bring in a new fish, I created a card for them. It shows you the care level, the minimum tank size that the fish needs to be in, and the community type, if it's peaceful or not, and if that species should be in groups, singles, or pairs. We also have deals. If you buy certain fish, they have a 15% off if you buy 6 or more. And yeah, I tried my best to take pictures. Don't blame me for bad photography. So again, just a few guppies to show you. Every livestock animal that we have in the store will be on the website with these pictures that I took, so they're actually from the tank. If I didn't take those pictures, then I probably put what they will look like when they grow to full adults. So you might see a picture of a fully grown fish, and then when you buy it, you're gonna be like, this doesn't look like that fish. But no, just care for it for a year or 2 and it should look like that fish I put in the picture. So these are golden male guppies. Over here we have neon blues. My favorite so far are the endlers, and I'm sure a lot of people can see why I like them. Over here we have the Platys. We also have one group of assorted Mollies. I want to bring in more Mollies because these guys are super active and great for beginners. They're not scared of your hand, they always come for food, and they're generally pretty easy to keep if you maintain your water quality, right? But that goes for every single fish. Just a quick update on the Betta Rack. Every fish is healthy, thriving, and living well. We do water changes once a week. And we also brought in a turkey baster to suck out any leftover food or, you know, waste that the fish might produce. Unfortunately, I can't take all pictures of every single betta to put on our website. What I'm just gonna have to do is, hopefully you guys, or if you guys want, leave a comment in your order for a specific color. Maybe you've seen it in the video, maybe you can print screen. If you don't leave any comments, then unfortunately you might get a random betta. And if, for example, if you request a red, we don't have a red, we will contact you first to see if you want a refund or if you're okay with another color. But hopefully this is only for 2 weeks, and once we be open again, you guys can come in and just browse, look at your own bettas, pick your own bettas, interact with the bettas as well. Bettas. Bettas. Alright. Over here we have all of our Tetras. Tetras are one of the best shoaling species in my opinion, just because they look great in groups. These are candy cane Tetras I brought in. I had no idea about these guys, but when we brought them in, I usually thought Tetras would be a little bit more scared and skittish, but these guys come up right to your hand or in the front of the tank. You can see what I mean when I come over here to the embers. Nope, these guys are actually not scared today. That's awesome. We have neon blue Tetras for, you know, every single store needs to have neon Tetras. If they don't have neon Tetras or cardinals, they're not a true fish store, am I right? Down here, we just talked about the rummy nose. We do have some glass bloodfin Tetras. These guys are a little bit interesting. Their colors aren't fully out yet. The tail should be a little bit more dark in color. Over here, I managed to find myself some black neon tetras. These guys are awesome if you don't want the blue neons in your tank and want a little bit more of a shaded color fish. I've had some people message me about cichlids. We unfortunately don't specialize in cichlids too much, but I am learning. We do have access to a lot of American cichlids, not African cichlids. So at the moment, we only have German blue rams, and we have Bolivian rams. But yeah, I am working on bringing more cichlids, guys, don't worry. Again, not too many though. You'll probably see just one rack or half a rack filled with cichlids. The rest of the fishes in our store are mainly gonna be other species like shoaling species, schooling species, algae eaters, gouramis, any peaceful community fish. Over here we got some golden pencilfish. You know, and I think our price is reasonable for most products that we bring in, or livestock I should say. These guys go for $5.99. Our honey gouramis are also $5.99. Our sparkling gouramis, however, are $3.49. I know a bunch of you guys are going to be ordering some of these guys, because I definitely want to take a few home myself. If you are a total beginner, you don't want to buy a heater for your tank, get yourself some zebra Danios. These guys can live down to cold climates, or I should say cold temperatures, I mean. But that doesn't mean you should always keep them cold temperatures. They could just survive, not thrive. Two different things. Over here we brought in assorted female bettas. I don't think I showed them in the last video, but these guys will go in a tank together. I have about 4 right now. I do want to bring in a lot more. We just couldn't afford to do so at the moment. But if you want peaceful community bettas, get yourself a female, because they usually don't fight like the males do, and you'll have really good luck with introducing these guys to any of your other peaceful community fishes. And they do have significantly bright colors to them, just not long tails like the males. You can see here these two are hanging out together. The male bettas will never do that. Moving on to the last section of our fish room, you guys. We don't have anything going on in this rack at the moment. Again, we're trying to bring in as many fish as possible, but at the moment, we want to open up and see what our customers request. To continue on, we have Corridoras, bronze Corridoras over here. Got some pygmy Corridoras over here. Great for your nano tanks. I don't have too many Julie Corridoras. It's hard to see that guy, but I don't think I'm gonna be bringing in too much Julies. The supplier that we brought them in from didn't have really a good batch of them. More than half of them died during the shipment, or right after the shipment. And I promise it wasn't us. Maybe it was us, but I mean every other single fish is doing fine, right? Like for the peppers, we bought about 50 peppers and only 2 passed away during shipment or right after the shipment. So over here we have about 20 otocinclus catfish. You can see we put an Amazon sword in there. Yes, Amazon swords aren't supposed to be floating, but we tried to put it in yesterday, didn't have good luck, so we were kind of busy and just left it for now. We'll put it in today though. We have, if I didn't mention, I have about 20 of them for this run, and a lot of people, apparently there's not much around Toronto these days. Over here we got some common plecos. These guys grow fairly big depending on the size of your tank, so make sure you have a big enough tank for these guys. Over here we still have the cherry barbs, the tiger barbs, and the Odessa barbs. And again, everything with price tags. One of my favorite plecos is the Whiptail Pleco, but I don't have any at the front of the glass right now, unfortunately. They're all back there. But we do have price tags for them, and I did get a semi good picture of that one right there. $14.99 each. We still have all of our Pea Puffers. We only lost one ever since we got that shipment that day. So these guys are doing good. We've been feeding them snails and frozen food. Some of them aren't eating well. Like if you look at that guy, he's still pretty skinny compared to Buddy over here. He's a little bit chunky. But yeah, our Pea Puffers go for $7.99 each. I know stores like Big Al's can sell them for $5. While we can't afford that price, I can promise you that we do pre-treat our fish as much as we could. Not with medicine because we can't get that in Canada, but preemptive nutrients and supplements. And make sure basically the number one thing is water quality and feeding them well. So two things actually. So that's why I priced it a little bit higher. Over here we have some smaller coolie loaches. And I say smaller because on this side we have some black coolie loaches. And these guys are a little bit bigger. I wouldn't say much though. Over here we have assassin snails. Make sure not to keep any other snails with these snails because these guys, due to their name assassin snails, they will eat other snails, right? Last but not least, we have all of our shrimps. These are freshwater shrimps, not reverse osmosis water. So these are all neocaradinas or cherry shrimps. We have red going for $4 a shrimp. We have lemon yellows going for $5.99. We have the big amanos, great for big tanks, great for actually eating algae compared to the other shrimps. And these guys go for $6.99. There's not many showing up now. I did take a few for my 90 gallon, so got to restock on this tank over here. And we have pest snails. If you guys need to feed your Pea Puffers, we sell each pest snail for 50 cents. We might throw in a couple tiny ones for free, but generally anything bigger than a dime or close to a dime, we're gonna charge you that 50 cents. Oh, and I don't want to forget the black Riley shrimps. They're swimming over on the glass there. We don't have many yet. In the future, we're hoping to stock like hundreds, right? They're all in the sponge filter right now, so it's kind of hard to see. Actually, I forgot one fish I want you guys to learn about a lot and bring in. These guys don't get enough attention in the freshwater hobby, and these guys are the Bumblebee Gobies. The reason why they don't get enough attention is because they're hard to care for, right? I don't want to say hard and scare you guys, but their feeding is just, they only eat frozen food or live food. So that's the only thing hard about it, right? I mean, besides the water parameters, feeding them might be a little bit trouble. Sometimes you have to get like a bloodworm right in front of its face to eat it, or else you might get leftover food like right there, just laying around your tank. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's video, but before I go, I do want to share a special announcement for Friday, May 21st, which is our soft opening for local pickup only, by the way, and shipping, just no in-store shopping. What we're going to be doing is the first 5 customers that spends $50 or more, you guys will be able to get yourself an exclusive Planted Aquaria supporter pin. Sorry for anyone international. I will be doing another giveaway internationally sometime in the future, right around the time we want to do our grand opening. But this one's for you locals. Again, $50. First 5 people that orders on our site and for local pickup will get yourself one of these guys. So now that is it for today's video. The site will be launching at 11 a.m. May 21st on Friday, Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully you guys can check out our site, and in 2 weeks, hopefully as well, Doug Ford will announce that in-store shopping will be available again, and I can get to meet some of you guys, right? All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, welcome to the new people that joined the channel recently. It means a lot that you guys are following along our journey and our process. Yeah, hope to see you guys soon. Peace out.